Welcome, my friend, to this video on market geometry trading for Forex, the stock market, and actually this applies to other markets such as commodities, futures, E-minis as well. So what we're going to talk about today is the grid on the back of your chart. So many market charts will come with these pre-made vertical and horizontal grid lines, and they will place them at various spots. So this is a chart of Cisco. As you can see, it's a daily chart, and so where TradeStation has placed these are monthly vertical lines, and then these horizontal lines come in at every 50 cents, and that's what they're using. Okay, and that's fine, and if you like that, that's cool. I personally think there's a better way to do that. So I'm going to come in here to Format Window. I'm going to just uncheck Show Grid and create a blank palette here for the background. And I want to find a more meaningful grid to put on here based on Fibonacci ratios. So, what we do is we come over here, go down to Fibonacci Tools. And by the way you access this obviously will vary depending on your charting software. And I'm going to hit on Price Retracements. And we come down here. Okay, so that's an impulse move. Impulse move from that high to that low. And so that puts on our horizontal lines. But now we don't really have a grid yet, so we need to put vertical lines on as well. So we come over to Price or Fibonacci Tools and then Time Extension Lines. And that is going to give us our vertical lines. And so we come in here. Where's our bar? It's that one right there. And check that. And there we go. So in fact, I think I missed it by one. Yes, I missed it over here. It's supposed to be that green bar. Okay. So this is now a grid. Now we have our grid. And we are going to be looking at the places where the horizontal vertical lines intersect. So it could be any of these, right? So quite honestly, it could be like there or there or there or there, and none of those, of course, does the market come into. Does that mean it doesn't quote unquote work? No, it just means these are potential areas that we are looking for major highs or major lows to come into. And the market, well, price action just didn't come into those zones, so then they mean nothing. However, when price action does come into the confluence of our Fibonacci horizontal and vertical lines, price and time, and by the way, Gann was all about this. W.D. Gann, the famous trader, talked all about the confluence of time and price, and I think there is definitely a lot to that. So here is the first time when we do actually get the two of them coming in together, and we have the confluence of time and price, by the way, 200%, so that is a very significant one. Always look at 100 and 200. Those are really, really significant. And then we get, well, there's your 100 right there. So I don't know if you can actually see that. Let me move this up a little bit. I'm not sure you can see the bottom of that very well. And now it's not moving. Okay, there we go. So I want to make sure you guys can see this very well here. I think it went off the bottom of the video. Okay, so there you go. Nobody said you had to be a video professional to trade. Right. So there we go. Bada boom, bada bing. 100. Notice this. 100 and 200. So those are very key levels that I would always be looking at, right? These big round numbers. Now it plays around up here. Basically, what's it do? It puts in a double top, right? Puts one in there, puts one in there, and comes back down. Now, where does it go to? It comes the next time that the market comes into the confluence of a vertical and horizontal line is right here. So where those lines meet, now guess what we have here? 200. I told you, look at these big round numbers. Now this one's 123.6. And I would highly recommend that you do use this ratio. A lot of people don't, but I do highly recommend the 23.6 for both retracements and extensions, whether it's price or time. And as you can see, bada bing, bada boom. Yep, there it is. And that puts in a major low. It goes back up, and where's it go back to? 200. Okay, so a couple of caveats here. These are potential levels to look at. the market's not always going to make a major high or major low right at the confluence of these horizontal and vertical lines. So you want to look at other things too, key other elements to look at, other pieces of evidence, in other words, would be your candlestick patterns and any indicators that you use. Look especially for momentum shifts where the market gets weak coming into that support or resistance, because that's what these are. In fact, interesting little point here, the levels here, so this, we've got obviously the price level is resistance. But here's the other thing that a lot of people don't know, and I don't even hear a lot of people talking about it. This time, this vertical time, is also resistance. It is time resistance. So when most people think of support resistance, they think of price levels. And that is correct. That's good. You should. However, there's another half of the story. In the other half of the story, there's also time support resistance. And not many people talk about that. So when you get the confluence of those two, it becomes even more significant. So in this case, here is our price support, and here's our price support. Or I'm sorry, time support. So confluence of time and price. So if you found this video helpful, please share it forward to friends, family, and just other YouTube people. Go ahead and click the share button below and leave a comment. I love your comments. Click the thumbs up icon. Love to get your encouragement to continue to encourage me to create more free tutorials for you. Also, if you'd like an even more detailed trade, I've got a trade called the rubber band trade. And that takes more than just 5 or 10 minutes in these YouTube videos. It takes about 20, 30 minutes. But I'll explain that whole trade strategy for you, give it to you for free. Hopefully you can take that and start making some money with it right away. But trade it on a simulator or demo account, obviously. Just click the link in the top right corner of this video or the link in the description below the video for the rubber band trade. And I'll be happy to send that out to you, courtesy of me, absolutely free, my gift to you.